Live now. Numero uno. Okay, that's nice. I've hopped on early today because an appointment that I just made. And I can only get in at a certain time, so starting early. How's my light look, folks? We moved our little ring light, our other camera, on a little shelf so it doesn't wiggle when I move my mic. Try to find the end of this rope. Aha, I found it. Okay, I gotta spin one more bobbin. We're gonna jump right into making this basket, or at least the base of it. Let me try and get more of the base, more of it done. Just sort of depends on timing. May hop on tonight, finishing it. I'm spinning the bobbin. Okay, bobbin number 2. I'm gonna leave it right up here. Got one in there already. I was just about to try and thread the needle on my machine like the old-fashioned way, which I've almost never done on a machine because all my machines have threaders on them. So I'm not sure why my brain decided to try and do that right now. I'm gonna make up little songs that I can sing while I'm doing like things I do all the time. Ooh, never threaded one, but I saw a video of someone putting a needle through their finger recently. Ew, I kind of want to watch that video so that I keep my regular practice of when I'm doing certain things with my hands really close to the needle or changing stuff and I don't want to be sewing. I hook my right foot around the leg of my chair so it's nowhere near the pedal. Sometimes you just sort of instinctively, I don't know, go on autopilot, not thinking, and it happens. And I'm always been very lucky up till now. My mom did sew through her finger when she was younger. I can't remember which one it was. It didn't go through her nail though. It was like right where your nail bed is, to the side. Ooh, I really hope I don't do that. Good morning, Scottish Mind Games. Good evening, I suppose, for you. Good morning for us. I hopped on early today, like an hour-ish early or 40 minutes early, because I'll have to get off around 11 because I have to get to an appointment. Oh, this rope has a black core. Ooh, I don't know how. I don't think I like that. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, it's going to be tricky to see. Why would you put a black core inside of plain colored rope? Anyway. I think I'm just gonna order from my regular supplier because and just bite the bullet. Wait for a sale. Because I really miss my other rope. I could always message her and say Happy New Year. Can I get a deal? All that she could say is no, right? Okay. How are you doing, Scottish Mind Games? Have a good week. I know I missed you on the Monday. Monday I didn't actually end up doing the evening stream because I was just absolutely spent. Crazy day at work. And then Wednesday I did do one. Wasn't very chatty. Feeling it, but back on today. So I'm gonna make a larger piece today, at least the base of it, and see if we can get up to the sides. I'm not sure if we'll have time, but I can't decide if I want to do color inside the base or wait till I get to the walls. We'll at least get this started. About it. Might use the greens. Oh, maybe the blues. See, I'm so indecisive. Blues. Few different blues. That would be nice because I've been using the greens a lot lately. Oh, sorry, I should stop doing that. I was trying to read read something on a phone there. Trying to multitask. Going and oh, thank you, Scottish Mind Games. That's very sweet. Today off. Woo-woo. I'm coming to you at the speed of light today. Perfect. I wish I could just pop over to Scotland at the speed of light. Oh, that'd be rad. Let's get that tech and science. Can AI do that? Teleport us? Oh, I hear a whiny dog. Go grab her, see if she'll let me hold her up to the camera. Not my puppy, my little sister, technically. Little. She's little, but she's got some heft. This is Gemma. She's my little sister. Want to say hello to Twitch? I get her to do her. The other cutie. Yep, he wants to go play with the other puppy now that she's in here. But he's distracted. Yeah, they're kind of the perfect little playmates, the two of them together. It's pretty fun to see them run around and play sometimes. Every now and then they have their little moments, and we have to send them to their corners where we can ring the bell again. Speaking of ring the bell, we went to some fun wrestling. I heard my name. Pardon? Yeah, we went to wrestling. It was fun. It was a good time. The place, it was a small venue, but it was packed, which is great to see because it's not always packed every time we go. We pretty much go anytime they're in town. Wrestling crew that sort of goes all up and down the island and BC and over to Ontario sometimes. Well, 365 wrestling. It's pretty fun. Fun to watch. We had a good time. I always picture the doggies as like little wee luchador wrestlers when they're playing together. The dog that my parents had before little Gemma here, her name was Chica, like little girl, because they got her as this little tiny puppy off someone on the side of the road in Mexico. And I always called her Chica Cabra. Well, that's what her little nickname was when she'd get feisty. She was feisty a lot. Do you have any pets, Scottish Mine? Or Canvas Monsters? Do you have any pets? I feel like Canvas Monsters mentioned a dog at one. Maybe not. Hey, we've got our little... Not me, sadly. Oh. When I was in a rental and I couldn't get a dog again for a little while there, a brief moment in my life without a dog, I got a goldfish. Not a goldfish. It was one of those what are those pretty ones that have to be in the thing alone usually because they'll eat the other fish. Oh yeah, it was like a fighting fish. There's a more scientific name. I called her Betty because of my brick house. My roller derby team was called the Brick House Betties at the time, so I called her Betty. I think I'm just going to jump right into color because color is fun. Blues, some ocean and sky blue. Well, I guess this dark, it would be the depths of the... We had fish when I was growing up too. We had a cute little slender, like octagon looking tank. No idea what their names were. I remember we came home from vacation and we were wondering where one of the fish was. It was just not in there anymore. And it wasn't one of these like fighting ones. And then I remember like looking down and we had it on top of this really tall old school speaker. And I looked down and they're just like right at the edge where the carpet meets the speaker, like almost half hidden. I picked up and like peeled it off of the carpet, this tiny little, tiny skeleton of a fish. And I was like, oh my gosh, I must have jumped out. There was just this tiny little thing at the top where it could maybe have done it. It was the weirdest thing. Okay, we've picked up the bomb to the parties. Do you have any plans for today's Scottish Mind Games? Or any favorite things you like to do on your days off? Stay in, watch favorite movies, read. You like to get out and do. I'm kind of a mixture of both, or it depends. Almost. Oh, well, that's awesome. You're productive and then you get to just chill. Like the perfect day. Yeah, gotta drink lots of water. Well, drink lots of fluids and water. Doctor's orders. Gotta make sure I get through this coffee while it's still. Oh, Scottish Mind Games, I've been good. They're slowly, I mean, not great, but like they're slowly getting longer. I mean, they got just obliterated with that manicure, so. But I've been trying really hard not to bite them. I think just because all the cold weather we've been getting, everything gets drier, and then I pick at them, and then It starts with the skin around my nails and then it turns to the nail. But I've been really good trying not to. I think I'll put more of just the clear nail polish I have on. So that it doesn't like stop me from trying to. Oh yeah, vitamin. Actually, there is some at the shop I work at that I've been wanting to try for a very long time, and I always said, finish using the cream you have at home before you buy more. But I'm just gonna buy it, especially since we might not be gonna get it. Well, we'll carry it again, just not changes happening there at work, and it's a lot going on in my work and outside stream now. Thankfully, you weren't on the last stream because I was in tears and I was like, no one's going to want to watch if I'm in tears. I was having to be on my phone and do all this messaging while I was streaming. It was sort of emergency stuff happening, so couldn't be helped. But I'm feeling better right now today. I'm okay. Just someone I love is not. And my friend and coworker are trying to keep things going at the shop in the meantime. Thank you, Scottish Mind Games. That's very sweet. I'm not always great at compartmentalizing, and obviously I'm just like blabbing on here, but respectful of the exact particulars. Okay, now well, I might have to hold it up. I'll take it off and do a little bit of a stitch here and show you what's happening. I'm almost tempted just to make this a coaster and cut this really crap piece of rope out. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is also why I want to just go back to my old rope, because this is this all bunched up, like all knotted. Hard to see, but it's like bulky where it shouldn't be. And I can't really cut this away because it'll just start to unravel. So I don't often throw rope in the trash, but that one's my stuffing bin. And we're making this a coaster, and we're going to start over with the base. Okay, so this will just be a big blue coaster. And I'm going to put it right in my little coaster tray here. I'll add a little bit more color blips to it since it's this is, I mean, it's fine. It's a happy accident because I want to sort of use this tray I made in front of me here. I'll show you guys in a sec. To just sort of fill with sort of single coasters that people can sort of shuffle through and pick a solo one if they're not wanting to buy a 2-pack or budget's a bit smaller. There's our little blue coaster. And our tray that we made, I don't know, a few streams back. Sort of more of a, well, it's more of a bread basket shape. This guy, our fun tartan one. I really want to do more of this with the lines where it shows through when I'm following the tartan on the front. And then it does it on the back. It's a little tricky to see. What else do we got? We've got the birdie one. And a little tiny green one. Well, slight green detail. And now our blue one. So we'll just build this up, and when it gets full, take it to the shop. Switch back to beige on the top. I have to just color. Try this again. Oh, I should stop by the glasses place on my way home. Get the paint me. Thank you, Scottish Mind Game. Do you have a preference for what I call you, Scottish Mind Games? Full username out, or call you Scottish? Scott? I have no preference, so it's totally your deal. It's your name. I find on other streams and things off, it gets whittled down to short gal, which I'm fine with too. Because I am a shorty. Short and sweet. Whatever. I'll just change it up every time. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Might have to respond to this text. My little fiddlehead done. I can hear when I'm sewing this too with this rope that there's more like clumpy fibers inside the core, which makes sense why the outside's doing what it does sometimes. I can hear when the needle hits it. So I think at least for my beige rope and my black rope that I get on larger spools, I'm going to go order from colors. I can be a bit more flexible. I will order some ocean teal because that's a popular color in the shop, and I did promise someone I would make them a bag with that teal. So I'm definitely going to do that on stream because that'll be multi-streamed for sure. Because it'll take me a few days to do it. Well, that'll be like a few sewing days, not streams. So it would be a length of stream. So I might alternate it, like work on the bag, work on something else a different day, work on the bag. Pretty much starts as a bread basket with the bottom like this. But it will probably be about this big, at least for the base, and then it just grows. And then we add a strap, a few other things useful in a purse. Be nice if I could have it ready for when the person comes back into town. That'll probably be fairly soon. Well, no, actually, if I'm doing it with the colored rope, it depends on the order arriving. So, because that color. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, yeah, we have. I have to respond. Just gonna leave it. I think it's fine. Sometimes when you're texting on text threads, it's kind of like too many cooks in the kitchen. Sometimes it's just let it play out and not play out. I just mean sometimes I'm talky on text too. Like I add too many details. I don't always get right to the point, so I gotta practice that skill. Especially with just doing a bit more stop and things and messaging people. Gotta keep it to the point. I think that'll also help for compartmentalizing. Less details. Less explaining. Tricky when you work at a place like I work, and so many of the people you see on a regular basis, and there's this real sense of community. It's all it's amazing and it's beautiful, but it's also sometimes you have to sort of have boundaries as far as wanting to express more or say more because you feel connected to these people, but you also need to get the job done. Okay, we're gonna zigzag. I'm gonna go around a couple times, once or twice, and then add the. Let's put it on the right stitch setting first. You're looking at my machine like, why isn't it doing the zigzag? It's on the zigzag setting. But I have my length, my width at a 0. So it's just the most tiniest little zigzag you can't see. Two and four. Okay, now it's blue time. Drink, 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 drink. I put these giant googly eyes just behind the camera on the wall. So I look at the camera because I was always going to the tablet. And it's very much helping. I kind of want to turn it into a whole face now. I might have to move all the other stuff I have on my wall. Everything looks cuter with googly eyes. I originally thought I was going to put them on magnets and attach them to this other arm we had before that was hanging down with the camera, but it didn't work. So I put those ones I attached magnets to on our fridge. Now I feel like our fridge needs a name now. Our old fridge had a name. I'm trying to remember what we used to name it. It always made. Oh, we named her Poppy because she was always making these popping sounds at night, which apparently meant it was not in great shape. But sorry, I drank too much coffee there. I'm gonna muffle my burp. Something, something. I think it's a spammer message. It's always such a letdown when you get like the spam bot stuff in the chat because it's like, oh, someone's joined, someone said something, and then you're like, oh, the robot and advertising. I want to talk to a real person. Oh yeah, we'll probably look into that a bit more. Oh no, I see in my rope I have another frickin'. I hope it's far down. I have some more really crappy sections. Let me just work with those ones. Could cut it and then just join. Well, we'll see how far we get into the piece. I know. We're good. It's only 5 to 10. Kind of forgot we. Whoops. Okay, I'm done my coffee, so now I gotta work on the water. Gotta paste. Like, anyway. Oh, pizza for dinner. That sounds yummy. What kind of pizza? Oh, and big question. Are you pro pineapple on pizza or anti apple? We're a divided couple, my husband and I. I love pineapple on pizza. I actually love it with pepperoni rather than ham, unless it's like really good ham. Or just olives, pineapple and olives. That's good too. My sister and I like the same pizzas, so it's perfect when we get pizza together. We made that comment when we got pizza a while back. We're like, "Yay, we get to get the whole pizza." Because we both do the same thing with our husbands. They're anti pineapple on pizza. Oh, that sounds delicious. Umi and hot honey. Oh, I wish smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision really existed. That was the case. Oh, well, I could always taste Iron Brew. I love that. I love Iron Brew, but they used to be able to get it here at two different chains of grocery stores in like the international or even had a British section that would have all like the legit chocolate and different treats and tonics and different things. And I miss the Iron Brew. I mean, now I would prefer the sugar-free Iron Brew because I don't want to like have too much sugar, but I was really happy they had that when we went there. I didn't know if sugar-free Iron Brew was a thing yet. So that was definitely good, especially since I don't drink anymore. And I was like grieving the fact that I didn't drink anymore a few times when we were over there because I couldn't order a Guinness. I was like, oh. They have near beer Guinness, and it's actually pretty decent in comparison to near beers for sure, but not quite the same thing. Yeah, I think it would be good, like the pineapple and cheese combo. Like, you know how when you do like a baked brie kind of thing and you have like different like fruit preserves or something on it with nuts and things? I think it kind of has that kind of vibe when you do it with pineapple and cheese. I'm getting hungry now. I had breakfast too right before I hopped on. It's kind of boring though, just cereal and banana. Been a bit lazy lately with my eating choices, and we've been doing lots of ordering and drive-throughs and takeout, so I've got to kind of rein that in. Feeling it in my body. Feed me fresher food. Oh, that sounds good. It's like a bananas Foster for breakfast, maybe without the booze for the flames. I always love it when I have like banana inside the pancakes and you get a good little like crunch on it and it caramelizes it. I mentioned Scottish Mind Games. Have I mentioned Ald's Bakery before? I probably did when we first started chatting. Just been noticing lately they've really stepped up their social media game with these really cute videos of like different things that they bake and make and like, pictures of it coming out of the oven and even the different stages of prep and stuff. I was just thinking about food and my mind wandered over to that because I saw them taking meat pies out of the oven. And Ald's bread roll. That's everyone's favorite, the morning rolls. Did I meant that chain? I probably said this before, so if I have, let me know. When my sister and I were over, we got to have a whole tour of the original Ald's Bakery because our like second cousin, once removed or something, runs it. My dad worked at Ald's Bakery. He sort of stopped school in his mid-teens after his dad passed and and was working there to help out because he had all mom and 3 sisters and worked in that bakery for years. And he is also an Ald. I was an Ald up until just a couple of years ago. But when he immigrated over here, he sold his shares and came over. We didn't really see any of that. And then the other cousin, current cousin's parent, I think, took the business and really rolled with it and made it a chain. It was really cool experience to go through the bakery and really see the place that my dad talked about for so long. Got a tour of the All Desserts factory too, just outside Greenock. That was amazing to see that whole thing in action. My dad doesn't bake as much as he used to, but he still does. He pumps out the rolls. Occasionally he'll do scones. Really into pizza right now, which I think is pretty darn impressive for someone who's 92. Yeah, all the cousins we stayed with when we were in Edinburgh after we did our sort of Greenock, Glasgow tour or visits, we came back to Edinburgh and we brought 2 big boxes of rolls back because it was everyone's favorite with us. Yeah, I love crumpets. Yeah, I was pretty lucky growing up. I had a lot of yummy treats growing up that my dad would just pump out. I really got to take advantage of getting some baking lessons from him. My husband and I tried to get into sort of like bread baking, like a lot of people did over the pandemic. Our starter died for our sourdough though, so we weren't very good parents. I really love my dad's potato pancakes. I only ever had one. I didn't have them while I was in Scotland, which is weird. Should have. Oh no, that's wrong. I did have one, and I was so in love with my dad's that it wasn't like quite what I wanted, but it was still yummy. But I remember in a city about I don't know 3 hours south of us, there was a larger city. One place where you could get a decent potato pancake, and I remember asking once like why they were on the menu because it didn't really fit with the rest of the stuff on the menu, and they're like, "Oh, because our owner's Scottish," and I'm like, "Oh, that explains it." Why they were so good. Very like I like that a certain thickness. I find you can get some that are really thick and some that are thin, and I like the thinner ones. It may just be sentimentality. My dad used to make massive batches of them, and then we'd have them, and then he'd put them in the freezer. And if we needed a snack or something, we'd just pop in there, and then I would like either toast one and butter. Oh, my sister's a really baker. cookies, muffins, cakes, pies. Oh, all sorts of yummy treats. Take lessons from her too. She's so good at the decorating too. If she was ever, I think that's something I would tell her to do if she was ever interested in doing like streaming or something, like is like a baking or like decorating cake kind of a challenge. Not challenge, but that'd be really cool. Actually, she's taking up painting too though now, so that'd also be fun. Exploring with watercolor. Really lovely to see her. A little more length of rope here. Oh, okay. We're about 20 feet of rope away from the extra knot. I think we can probably get covering it, the knot bit, to make it look more just not as misshapen. I think it'll be easier right on the curve, the right out to go. Very like it's oh, I've already undid the packaging because it comes like in a wound up sort of a. It comes in these very wound up. The rope's very curly, so I just kind of gotta like stretch it to try and straighten it a bit. So it's not curled and twisted. I'm feeding it through. Sometimes if it's twisted and you don't notice it, it can affect how the lie of, especially on something that you're going to keep flat, more like a trivet or a coaster. If you're making it into a larger piece, it can kind of over time get back to the shape. But I'm going to be mindful of that as I get the rope through. And we're out of bobbin. But I've got another one. I feel like it's a half win. Like when you ask to have another one or another one fun and you don't have to do it. Ah. coming. It's coming. Not the same stitch settings I normally use, but not quite grabbing it the same width. I don't know if I'm... Immediately no. Going back up. I don't know if it's the rope being slightly different, sort of not texture, but finesse. The way I'm holding and putting it in. I'm just trimming a little bit off of here where I think I can get away. Comes up in my machine. I am sewing it down, so if I cut a bit off, it's probably going to be fine. It's not like I don't think it's not going to like completely unravel. At least I hope not. A little bit of an experiment. Looking to if you're doing lots of stickers and stuff. I gotta take this. Just one sec, guys. Anything exciting happen while I was gone? You finish your crumpet? Oh no, wait. You were saying you liked crumpets. How was your pizza? Did you enjoy your pizza, Scotty? Or oh, or how would I do? I was gonna like abbreviate your name like SMG, but how would that sound like Shmug? That doesn't work. Scotty's better, or Scott. Or I could make it Tish, like Scottish. Very tasty. Good. That's how pizza should be. Oh, I'm trying to do this too fast, and now I'm fed it through too quickly, and these barely caught. Going to. Is that not what you pictured? I felt conflicted that way when you said that. I was like, I don't know if it would be or not. Unless it's a filter. Sorry guys, I just realized I was talking into the mic. You didn't know what I was talking about. Just talking with my husband. Some observations he's making. Okay, I'm trying to go faster because I want this to mainly because of my phone call. I feel like I need to finish this and then eventually stop streaming. But that much rope left, so I don't need silly things happen like going through your finger. So. Just gonna take a nice big breath. Some water. Yeah, what I'm finding with this rope is as it starts to twist it's almost like an oval shape, the way that maybe the way it's been wound over time or the shape of the core. So it almost gets slightly smaller if it goes in slightly twisted. And that's where I feel like my stitches are going over the rope completely on the other side almost. It'll all still work. It's just also getting used to and getting to know this. I can just sort of modify what I'm doing as a result. We're about 6 inches away from the little piece that's I had to trim away, so we'll see if we can cover that up. Hoping I have enough in the pink. Get through it. Did not have enough. That's okay. So close to the end, I think. Put the blue in it because I'm going to transition up to the sides anyway when we add the other piece. I've got a blue variegated one all prepped. Well, it's only about 3/4 of a box. Just from before. Hear it hitting the board. Okay, the base is done. I'm not going to finish the end of it like I normally would because I want to attach another piece here and then put them together. And I'll probably go around 2 or 3 more times before I start going up the walls. I feel like you can't. I mean, you could kind of maybe guess one of 2 spots where I might have had my little blip in the crappy part of the rope. But I think for the most part, it looks not too bad. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to stand up and hold it up. crappy rope. Sorry, I just realized I was holding that up and explaining it, not into my mic. Just sort of pointing out the two areas. Hold it up. There. I have a larger bit on this side of color blocking, and then a larger bit on this side. This one is the one where the rope was going all messy on me. But I think in the grand scheme of things, you won't be able to tell. Sometimes we're just sort of our own worst critics when we're noticing little tiny things on our pieces. I find artists will say certain things when they bring stuff into the shop. And I'm like, oh, looks great. No one will notice. Okay. So we're going to leave the blue thread on because we're using it next when we add stuff to this. And so this was 100 feet of rope to make this whole bit here. I know, just think of what our big baskets are. I mean, this is a bigger basket, but I've made a couple a little bit bigger where they go kind of right off my sewing table here. They're tricky to work with. 100 feet here. I mean, I've got tons more rope, so I can make it bigger. Not tons. 6 more packages. 100 that I can play with if I want to give it hand. I might add handles. Oh, yeah, sometimes if it gets too tightly wound, heating, well, actually, it depends on whether the thread I've used is cotton or polyester. If I've used cotton thread, heat is something that will make things shrink and make it morph even more. So I would actually stay away from heat or steam. But if it's with this is poly thread, so it would be fine. Oh, wait. Oh, this is actually cotton. So I probably wouldn't do that. I think it would really just be about putting some weight on it over time and letting that just kind of do its thing. Sometimes once I have it into like a bigger base, with the weight of the rope around it, it'll just help the edges to settle, which will then sort of flatten the bottom, I've found. We'll see with this rope, because it is different rope. It might act differently. Some threads off. Okay, well, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you, Scottish Mind Games, for coming in and chatting. Appreciate you. Oh, look, we got one more follower than yesterday. That's fun. We need 3 more, and then we're at 100. Okay, I'd stay on longer, guys, but I've got that appointment and another thing that's popped up last minute, so I gotta go. But maybe I'll come on tonight and do more. But maybe I'll wait. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna all depend on my mood and with everything that's going on. But I'm gonna see. Oh, that was a good one. That's cleared my sinuses for me. Bless me. Anyway, nice to see you guys online, and we'll see you soon.